Hello and welcome to June 22nd, where we're going to overview this week's worth of reading. We are going to finish up Second Kings by reading Second Kings 25 and then go into First Chronicles all the way through chapter 14, about, a good decent chunk of the way through David's reign, because it turns out we're going to be finishing the Kings and then we're restarting again. See, some guy a bit later on in history came back and wrote kind of a retrospective history on what Israel did, what happened to them, all these things that led up to their exile ultimately and their destruction, their taking off into Babylon, and then their return after that. These books are called the Chronicles. They are twin books, or actually they're just one book, but we split it in half because it's easier to refer to First Chronicles 24 and Second Chronicles 1 than it is to refer to Chronicles as being just like a 55 chapter book or whatever it ends up being. This is a book that kind of reflects back on the kings, especially the line of Judah, primarily the line of Judah. That's what they're concerned about. The Davidic kingship, following that line as it traces its way from Saul. It starts with David, and it goes all the way down through the end and covers all the way back to even the return period, referencing the command of Cyrus in the very last chapter of Second Chronicles, which is Second Chronicles 36. That's also recorded in the first chapter of Ezra, which is probably around when the books are actually written. So a lot of what we'll see is pretty familiar to us, although there are some interesting nuances that these books throw on the details in terms of what actually happened and how it all went down, that the kings kind of omit or brush over or maybe just didn't record fully, that Chronicles helps expand on. It's a little bit of dry reading sometimes, but it can also be very interesting reading. So hopefully you're interested in it and you stick with us, even though a lot of this next week is going to be a lot about names. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow when we read 2 Kings 25 all the way through 1 Chronicles chapter 2.